Welcome back again, students, to another video lesson. So after we've discussed the process on how to solve linear equations in one variable as well as solving absolute value equations. So our next lesson has something to do with word problems involving linear equations in one variable. So application po ng linear equations ang makikita natin dito. So different kinds of word problems. So let's start. So for our lesson objective, we will solve word problems involving linear equations in one variable. So specifically, itong mga word problems na i-discuss ko po sa inyo has something to do with number problems, age problem, work problem, and distance problems. So let's start. So let's move on to solving word problems involving linear equations in one variable. So in solving word problems, you should understand and analyze the problem before coming up with a solution. So, yun po yung unang step natin na dapat tinatandaan is kailangan nating intindihin, i-analyze yung problem, kung ano yung inihingi ng problem. And then, dun sa pag-analyze natin ng problem, makakapag-come up tayo ng solution. So, para masagot yung problem na yon. And then, make sure after nating mag-come up sa isang solution, after natin siyang isolve, so yung last na gagawin dapat natin is you have to check your solution. So kailangan po yung checking para ma-determine or ma-verify na tama ba yung naging solution or hindi. So let's have the first problem. Find three consecutive even integers whose sum is 606. So we have there the word consecutive. So, ang ibig sabihin po ng word na consecutive is magkakasunod. Okay. Like for example, 1, 2, 3 are consecutive numbers. Okay. And then we have their even integers. So, kapag even integers for even numbers, so ito po yung mga numbers na nag-e-end sa 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. Ayan. So, basta yung mga numbers or integers na nag-e-end dyan sa nakabigay na mga numbers na yan, they are considered as even integers. Kapag namang odd, nag-e-end sila sa 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. And then, we have to find the three consecutive even integers. So, paano yung solution niya? So, for the solution, so we let x be the first number. So, ito yung pinaka mababang number. And then, kung ang first number natin is, first even number natin or first even integer natin is 2, paano natin makukuha ang kasunod na even integer which is 4? So, kailangan po natin mag-add ng 2. So, ibig sabihin yung next term natin will be x plus 2. Would be the second number. And then, paano natin makukuha yung 6? So again, we will add 2 to x plus 2. So ibig sabihin, magiging x plus 4. Yun po yung third number. So mapapansin po natin kapag consecutive even or odd integers, ganyan po yung pag-represent natin in terms of x. So kung anumang variable ang ginagamit. So we use x, then x plus 2, x plus 4. Kapag naman consecutive integers lang, so inire-represent natin siya using x, x plus 1, x plus 2, and so on. So formulate natin yung equation. So x plus 2 plus x plus 4 is equal to the sum which is 606. And then we combine like terms. So ibig sabihin yung x, xn, i-add natin. So that is 3x. And then 2 plus 4, that is 6, equals 606. And then using addition property of equality, so we will subtract 6 to both sides. So para yung 3x lang matira sa left side. So magiging 3x is equal to 606 minus 6. So that is 600. And then, applying multiplication property of equality, so we will multiply 1/3 to the whole equation, or just simply divide 3 to both equation. So x is equal to 200. So, ibig sabihin, yung first number na hinahanap natin is 200. Okay? And then, yung second number naman na hinahanap natin is mag-add lang tayo ng 2. So, that is 202. And then, yung 200, mag-add tayo ng 4. We'll get the third number which is 204. And then, to check, ayan, i-add lang natin yung 200, 202, and 204. So, we'll get a sum of 606. So, ibig sabihin, yung 3 consecutive even integers na hinahanap natin are 200, 202, and 204. So, for the next problem, 4 times a number increased by 17 is 9 less than 6 times the number. So, find the number. So, kung naaalala nyo yung lesson natin regarding translating verbal phrases into mathematical phrases and vice versa, so, ito po yung topic na yon. So, ang gagawin lang natin, ita-translate natin yung statement na yan into mathematical statement. So, in terms of x, para makita natin yung equation. So, dito muna tayo sa first words natin. Ayan, 4 times a number increased by 17. So, 4 times a number increased by 17, that is 4x plus 17. So, increased by, ibig sabihin, the operation is addition. And then, is, so, we have there the word is, indicating na equal. Okay. And then, 9 less than 6 times the number. So, 9 less than 6 times the number, that is 6x minus 9. So, ayan na po yung ating equation. And then, we will solve now for the value of x. So, that is 4x. And then, yung 6x, kailangan nating ma-eliminate sa right side, dalhin sa left side. So, magiging minus 6x. Same with 17. So, 17, magsusubtract tayo ng 17 to both sides para mailipat sa right side. Next, 4x minus 6x, that is negative 2x, is equal to negative 9 minus 17, that is negative 26. And then dividing both sides by negative 2, so the value of x is 13. So, negative 26 divided by negative 2 is positive 13. Now, let's check. So, using the obtained equation, so, i-verify natin kung tama ba yung value natin na 13. So, we will substitute 13 to the given equation. So, that is 4 times 13 plus 17 is equal to 6 times 13 minus 9. So, 4 times 13 is 52 plus 17 equals, the product of 6 and 13 is 78 minus 9. So, if we will add 52 and 17, we will get 69. And then, if we will subtract 9 from 78, that is also 69. So, 69 is equal to 69. Therefore, the number that we are looking for is 13. So, for the next problem, we'll have age problem. So, yung naunang dalawang problems po, number problems po iyon. So, Brian is 8 years older than his sister, Jenny. He will be twice as old as his sister 6 years from now. How old is Brian now? So, based dito sa problem natin, so pwede tayo mag-come up ng table para mas makita natin na malinaw kung paano i-represent yung mga data sa given problem. So, let's analyze. So, present age niya. So, Brian is 8 years older than his sister Jenny. So, ibig sabihin, mas matanda po si Brian kaysa sa sister niya na si Jenny ng 8 taon. So, 8 years. So, ang ilalagay natin dito kay Brian sa present age niya is x plus 8. And then, Jenny, x lang po siya. And then, he will be twice as old as his sister 6 years from now. So, ibig sabihin, mag-add tayo ng 6 dun sa mga nauna nating sinulat, yung present age. So, magiging x plus 8 plus 6. And then, yung x, mag-add tayo ng 6. So, x plus 8 plus 6, that is x plus 14. Now, paano natin i-represent yung equation? So, sulat natin, x plus 14 is equal to 2 times the quantity of x plus 6. So, paano nakuha yung 2? Based sa given problem natin, 6 years from now, Brian will be twice as old as his sister. So, ibig sabihin, dodoble yung edad ni Brian dun sa kanyang sister. So, ayan po yung kanyang equation. So, x plus 4 is equal to 2 times the quantity of x plus 6 na pwede nating isulat, simplify as x plus 14 equals, so yung 2, i-distribute natin dun sa x plus 6, magiging 2x plus 12. So let's rewrite the obtained equation, so which is x plus 14 equals 2x plus 12. So applying addition property of equality, so ang gagawin natin dito, isusubtract natin yung 14 to both sides, tsaka yung 2x. So parang pagpapalitin natin sila ng position. So it will become x minus 2x equals 12 minus 14. Now, x minus 2x is negative x equals 12 minus 14, this is negative 2. And then we will multiply the whole equation by negative 1. So para maging positive po yung x. So, negative 1 times negative x, that is x. Negative 1 times negative 2, that is 2. So, the value of x now is 2. So, based sa ano natin kanina, sa representation natin kanina, Brian is 8 years older than his sister Jenny. So, magiging x plus 8. So, kung isa-substitute natin yung value of x, which is 2, so, Brian is 10 years old now. What about Jenny? So, si Jenny, yung value ng x, which is 2 years old. So, yan po ang present age ng magkapatid. So, 10 years old and 2 years old, kitang-kita naman na 8 years yung kanilang gap. Now, to prove that Brian in 6 years from now is twice as old as his sister, so, magiging si Brian ulit, yung kaninang sinulat natin, x plus 14. So, i-add natin. So, 2 plus 14 siya niyan. So, ang edad ni Brian, 6 years from now, will be 16 years old. And then, si Jenny naman, so, x plus 6. So, i-add natin. So, 2 plus 6. So, that is equal to 8 years old. So, kitang-kita naman, ang edad ni Brian, 6 years from now, is 16 years old. Si Jenny naman nun ay 8 years old. So, kalahati ng 16 ay yung edad ni Jenny, which is 8 years old. So, let's have problem number 4. John is thrice as old as his son Reimar. 7 years from now, the sum of their ages will be 70. How old is Reimar? So, ang pagkakaiba ng problem na ito sa previous problem natin is dito given yung sum ng ages ng dalawang tao. So, which is 70. So, paano natin i-represent yung present age saka yung age 7 years from now ni John and Reimar? So, sa present age natin, based sa given problem, John is thrice as old. So, ibig sabihin, 3 beses ang tanda ni John kay Reimar, yung anak niya. So, magiging 3x, and then si Reimar, x lang. And then 7 years from now, the sum of their ages will be 70. So, ibig sabihin, yung present age nila, mag-add tayo ng 7. So, 3x plus 7. And then, yung kay Reimar naman, mag-add din tayo ng 7. And then, since given yung sum ng ages nila, which is 70, kailangan po natin yung i-add. So, magiging 3x plus 7. So, ito po yung edad ni John, 7 years from now. And then, yung edad ni Reimar, which is x plus 7. Then, pag in-add natin yon, the sum will be 70. And then, we will combine like terms. So, 3x plus x, that is 4x. plus 14 is equal to 70. So, yan po yung ating equation na isosolve. So, isulat lang natin yung nakuha natin kanina. So, ulitin natin yung 3x plus 7 plus x plus 7 is equal to 70. So, we will add a like terms or combine like terms. So, 3x plus x, that is 4x. 7 plus 7, that is 14, is equal to 70. And then applying addition property of equality, so we will subtract 14 to both sides. So 4x is equal to 70 minus 14, and that is 56. And then applying multiplication property of equality, we will multiply 1/4 to both sides. So pakita natin yon. So the value of x is, the 1/4 of 56 is 14. So the value of x is 14. Now, to check, so dyan, ito yung tatay, is 3 times as old as his son Reimar. So 3x, so that is 3 times 14. So ibig sabihin, ang present age ni John is 42 years old. Okay. And then, yung anak naman niya, yung obtained value of x, which is 14. So 14 years old siya as of now. So, and then, kapag nag-add tayo ng 7 dun sa edad ni John, so magiging 3x plus 7, so that is 42 plus 7. So, ang edad niya, 7 years from now, will be 49. And then, kay Reimar naman, so x plus 7, so that will become 14 plus 7, so that is 21. So, 21 years old na si Reimar 7 years from now. And then, i-add natin yung nakuha nating edad, 49 tsaka 21. So, our answer is 70. So, our next problem will be a work problem. So, Andre can finish the typing job in 6 hours and his sister Mayan can do it in 8 hours. How long would it take them to finish the job together? So, ang hinahanap natin dito kung ilang oras ang aabutin ni Andre and Mayan kapag pinagsabay nilang gawin yung trabaho. Okay, so kasi kapag si Andre lang alone, 6 hours, si Mayan naman 8 hours. So, since dalawa yung magtatrabaho, so mapapadali yung trabaho, mapapabilis. So, ibig sabihin, mas konti yung oras. So, hindi tayo makakakuha dito ng more than 6 hours o kaya naman 8 hours. Less than 6 hours tayo dito. So, yung solusyon natin, 1/6, ito yung kay Andre. And then plus, ito naman yung kay Mayan, 1/8. And then, yung hinahanap natin, yung unknown, yung time na kung saan matatapos nila yung trabaho ng magkasama. So, and then, so the equation will be 1/6 plus 1/8 is equal to 1/x. So, ganyan po yung pagre-represent kapag work problem. And then, we will get the LCD of 6 and 8. So, the LCD of 6 and 8, so sulat lang natin dito. Gusto natin yung mga multiples niya. So, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. 8 naman, so 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So, as you can see, yung LCM nila is 24. So, ang gagawin lang natin, i-multiply natin yung whole equation by 24 and then x. So, kasama din po yung x. So, ibig sabihin, 1/6 times 24x. So, 24 divided by 6, that is 4. So, magiging 4x. So, makakancel yung 6 kasi, magiging 1, and then yung 24 magiging 4. And then, pag naman yung 1/8, minultiply natin sa 24x. So, makakancel yung 8, magiging 1, and then yung 24, x magiging 3. 3 ano na lang, 3x. And then, 1 over x times 24 over x, makakancel yung x. So, matitira na lang po is yung product ng 1 and 24, which is 24. And then we add, so 4x plus 3x, that is 7x, equals 24. And then, we divide the whole equation by 7. So, the value of x is 24 over 7. Or, gawin natin siyang mixed number, that is 3 and 3/7 hours. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nagtrabaho si Andre at Mia na magkasama, ang oras na itatagal ng trabaho nila ay 3 and 3 over 7 hours lang. Mas konti kasi dalawa na silang nagtatrabaho. So, for our last problem, so we'll have distance problem. So, 2 buses leave a station, one traveling north at the rate of 65 kilometers per hour and the other south at the rate of 75 kilometers per hour. In how many hours will they be 350 kilometers apart? So, i-drawing natin halimbawa, ito yung bus station, so BS. So, yung isang bus, so magta-travel siya northbound. So, dito po yun papunta sa north. And then, yung isa namang bus, southbound siya. So, dito naman. Ayan, sabay silang aalis. And then, magkaiba din yung rate nila. So, ang tanong, in how many hours will they be 350 kilometer apart? So, yun po yung hinahanap natin. So, yung distance nila is 350 kilometers. Ang tanong, ilang oras? So, ilang oras ang aabutin para 350 kilometers apart sila. So, yung layo nila sa isa't isa. So, ayan, gamit tayo ng table. So, yung northbound, so yung isang bus natin, yung rate niya, 65. So, yung time niya, hindi natin alam. Yun ang unknown. And then, yung distance, so, i-multiply natin yung rate tsaka time. So, that is 65x. And then, yung pa-southbound naman, 75 yung kanyang rate. And then, yung time, x, multiplying, so, 75x. Now, paano natin bubuuin ang kanyang equation? So, i-add lang po natin yung distance ng northbound tsaka southbound. So, 65x plus 75x is equal to yung distance nila, which is 350 kilometers. Okay, so yan po yung kanyang equation. So, 65x plus 75x is equal to 350. So, since meron na tayong equation, makukuha na po natin yung value of x, yung number of hours. So, sulat lang natin ulit yung equation kanina. So, 65x plus 75x is equal to 350. So, 65x plus 75x, that is 140x, is equal to 350. And then, we divide both sides by 140. So, x is equal to 350 over 140. So, pwede natin tong i-simplify. So, yung greatest common factor nila is 70. So, 350 divided by 70, that is 5. 140 divided by 70, that is 2. So, the value of x is 5 over 2 hours or 2.5 hours. So, ibig sabihin po, after 2.5 hours, so yung bus A ay yung bus na papuntang north tsaka south ay 350 kilometers apart na. Okay, so let's check. 65x plus 75x is equal to 350. So, sasubstitute natin yung value of x, which is 5 over 2. So, 65 times 5 over 2 plus 75 times 5 over 2 is equal to 350. So 65 times 5, that is 325 over 2 plus 75 times 5, that is 375 over 2 is equal to 350. So since similar fractions sila, kasi pareho yung denominator, just simply add the numerator. So 325 plus 375 is 700 over 2 is equal to 350. So we'll divide 700 by 2, we'll get 350. And that is equal to 350. So tama po na pagdating ng after 2.5 hours, so yung dalawang bus will be 350 kilometers apart. So after discussing solving word problems involving linear equations in one variable, so yung next na lesson naman natin will be, so we will solve linear inequalities in one variable algebraically. So after na po nating ma-discuss yung linear equations, so ang kasunod po nun is linear inequalities, wherein gagamitin natin yung mga inequality symbols. So there are 5 different inequality symbols. So, pero ang gagamitin lang po natin doon is yung 4. Okay, so sa equation kasi, isa lang po ang ginagamit natin which is the equal sign. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.